Seeds are the powerhouse of plants. It is how they reproduce, so they are packed with nutrition. They also have a coating that protects them. We will discuss the best ways to use them for culinary and health benefits. Hi, I'm Mary Bourne, traditional naturopath, and I love sharing natural remedies with people for better health. Natural remedies have been used for hundreds of years, even thousands of years, and they've stayed with us because they work. So thank you for joining me today, and I am happy to discuss the wonderful world of seeds and cones. So what is on the screen are actually um, juniper, dried juniper seeds, and they really are not considered a seed because the juniper plant is actually a conifer. And now evergreens can be conifers, but conifers are not all evergreen. Not all evergreens are conifers. Let's put it that way. So there are evergreens that do not bear a berry, and there are conifers that bear something that looks like a berry but is considered a cone. And we know about pine cones and how they show or develop a pine cone. So let's look at how it looks in the fresh. And you can see that it has this little peak on it, and this one is better. So it's not completely a circle, it actually comes to a point. So they have hundreds of years of use, both medicinally and culinary. They're coated, this gray coating on it is actually a layer of yeast. And so it has been used for fermenting beverages and pickles, sauerkraut. The coating has assisted with the development of gin. Now, gin was actually considered a kidney tonic. When it started out, the person that invented it actually fermented these to support kidneys as a diuretic. So it makes a great diuretic. However, today's gin is nowhere near the original. And if you really want to make your own fermented drink for supporting kidney health, there are some recipes available on the internet. And I think that you might enjoy it. Or if you want to create an interesting sauerkraut, you could pop some, like 10 of them in a quart jar and pack it with some shredded cabbage and make some sauerkraut. Of course, you need salt. So I want to just tell you a little bit about health benefits. Besides being a great fermenting product, they have been known to support kidney health in so much as it gets rid of the excess fluid that seems to collect. Recently, I made a tonic for my husband who is dealing with some congestion and fluid, and we're seeing some results. Now, he's been doing other things too, and we're not sure what's helping. We're just grateful that he's seeing some results. So the next seed I want to talk about is clove. Now, you may have stuck cloves, these little seed-like things, in a ham and flavored it with a little bit of a mustard sauce. We used to like to do that. It's great for marinades, and it's part of a sweet pickle brine that you can use to put cucumbers in and create your own sweet pickles. The essential oil is antiseptic, and it helps to numb pain. You may have seen in old times where the dentist used to rub clove oil on a gum of like a baby. Now we know that it's a bit strong for babies and that you can mix it with a little bit of honey and apply it that way. Um, but it helps to numb gum pain. If you've not heard of oil pulling, that would be a good thing for you to look up because they it really helps the gum tissue, and people will put it in coconut oil and uh, oil pulling as you put the oil in your mouth, and it kind of melts, and you swish it around and leave it in. Some people say 10 minutes, some people say 20. I have a hard time with that. I want to spit it out after 5. So it also helps with the immune system, warming cold feet. So in the wintertime, you can put a salve with clove oil and capsicum, which is red pepper, and warm your feet. So it gets the feet warmed up real quick after being out in the cold. It's a great antioxidant. We've learned about antioxidants before. Whenever you use antioxidants, you're also supporting the body in reducing inflammation. Now, not only does it do some physical help, but it does some emotional help, which is interesting. So when you have boundaries, in other words, you feel like this is something you can't do, it kind of opens the possibility of being able to do something that would be helpful for you. Uh, so it clears boundaries that you've set up that were right for the time, but no longer right anymore. And uh, in other words, if you have a victim mentality or you feel defeated or stuck, it really helps to clear um, the emotions. Now, the next seed, this is something my husband and I do every winter so that we can have fresh, raw vegetables. And there's a variety of seeds that you can sprout. Uh, these are alfalfa, but there's broccoli, there's mung bean, there's all kinds of seeds that you can purchase for sprouting. And it's a really nutritionally dense food that is very helpful. But this time of the year, what is getting more traction, more popularity is something called microgreens. Now, if you're a Facebook person, I've been posting on Facebook when I started, how I started the chia seeds. Now, you probably remember the old chia pet. Well, little did we know we could actually eat those greens. So, and how nutritionally dense they are. So if you want something in your salad and you live in an apartment and you don't have a plot of land that you can devote to a garden, then microgreens are your answer. You can get a grow light. The first 24 to 48 hours, you want to keep them dark. You want to keep them wet. And after that, then they grow like crazy. It's been 3 days, and my chia seeds have little tails, so they've sprouted. And the next step will be the greens will form, and then it looks like this. And what you do is you can harvest it by cutting off the green at this level. So what I've done is I've put an unbleached coffee filter, which fits perfectly on a pie plate. So I have an aluminum pie plate. I have about 3/4 of an inch of good soil. And then I put my coffee filter, unfiltered or unbleached coffee filter on top of that. Really wet it down. I wet the soil before I put the coffee filter down. And then I applied 2 to 3 teaspoons of seeds on it and sprayed again. And you have to spray a couple of times a day. Now, what I should have done is saved the plastic that fits over the pie plate, and that would help to keep the seeds moist. You do not want it on all the time because that encourages mold. But or like overnight, it would help to keep the seeds moist, and then during the day, take the cover off. So if you are on my Facebook, you can stay posted, and I'll do a little video on YouTube to show the progress of my chia seeds. So microgreens take about 7 to 10 days to develop to the point where you can harvest them at this level. And some are longer than others, like broccoli, about 10 to 12 days, but it's a whole lot faster than if you were gardening. I've been gardening broccoli now for about going on 5 weeks, and I still haven't seen the flowerette yet. So where the seeds come from is when the broccoli develops that beautiful flowerette that you're used to buying in the grocery store. And then that turns yellow, and when it turns yellow, the seed is forming. And so that's where the broccoli seeds are. They grow a beautiful yellow flower, those turn into seeds. And if you are growing broccoli, you want to let some of them go to seed, you can save those seeds, and then next winter have your own microgreen garden just by saving the seeds. So poppy seeds are even smaller than chia seeds. And the thing is that we're used to just popping in the seed in a recipe. However, the most nutrition is trapped within that seed. And unless you moisten it and soak it for a period of time to allow that seed covering to, the seed itself will swell and pop the covering. And that's when nutrition is released. And that's why when you grow seeds in like a water and you sprout them, they are 1,000 times more nutritious than when you use them like this in the dry form. So most recipes will call for some liquid. So my suggestion is that if you're going to add poppy seeds to like a muffin recipe, put it in the liquid that it recommends for about an hour. So start an hour before you're going to make whatever, if it's muffins or whatever. Put the seeds in the liquid, let it plump up for about an hour. It's amazing how little time it takes for that seed to hydrate. And then you will notice that it's chock full of nutrients, vitamin C, calcium, iron, omega-3, essential fatty acids, antioxidants. And so they're really, really a wonderful source of nutrition. These are sesame seeds, and the same thing can be for sesame seeds that you use for poppy seeds, and it makes an excellent spread. Now, a lot of times people will say that sesame butter is the same as tahini, but actually tahini has lemon juice and parsley, and it has some spices in it. And so it's sort of like sesame butter, which can be used instead of peanut butter, just like almond butter. By the way, you should soak the almonds, and you know that when you're making almond milk, that's how you get almond milk, is that you soak the almonds. So you can enrich your diet using the same ingredients you've been using simply by soaking those seeds. And so I hope that was beneficial information. Now, sesame oil is a popular oil. And when it's unrefined, it has a higher smoking point than even safflower oil. And it can be mixed with ghee to increase the temperature of cooking. So if you like frying things and you want that little nutty flavor to it, you can add about a fourth of the oil as sesame oil and get that nutty flavor in whatever you're frying. So it is rich in antioxidants, so you're going to pump up your nutrition simply by adding a different type of oil. It does tend to spoil easily, so there are recipes for salves that encourage you to use sesame oil. Uh, I I add a bit of silver as part of the liquid when you're creating the salve to keep the oil from going rancid. It really helps to preserve it somewhat. There are essential oils like rosemary and sage that also keep food from spoiling. And so adding a few drops of that to your salve or ointment will help to keep it from spoiling. And uh, sesame oil is a great marinade. So try some different things. The other day, our family was here for Father's Day, and a few months ago, I made chive blossom vinegar, and we made a chive blossom vinegar and olive oil dressing. And it really was lovely. We squeezed a little bit of orange in it, some salt and pepper, and it really added nutrition to the dressing instead of the store-bought ones that have a bunch of chemicals in it. So seeds are great not only for eating, like pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are great sprouted as well. And then also the variety of seeds here, you can see there's alfalfa and broccoli, and these are sunflower. Um, this might be the alfalfa. This looks like a radish seed. And here are your chia seeds. So there are all beet seeds. You can just go wild with the different ones, and they have a hint of the flavor of the vegetable that you're growing as either as a sprout or a microgreen. So I love seeds because to me they're a promise of hope. They know who they are. In other words, a corn seed knows it's going to grow corn, and a bean seed knows it's going to grow beans. And so they're not confused in one bit. So this is a lovely little poem I like. It says, I love the little brains of seeds, sleeping deeply under the snow, dreaming of their destinies as plants and trees. Each seed will know just what to be and when to grow. Spring is soon. Let's watch the show. So I hope that you've enjoyed this little tutorial on seeds and that you can bump up your nutrition with adding sprouted seeds or microgreens or just plain growing some wonderful plants. And this is Dr. Mary at bornforhealth.com. And I hope that you've enjoyed this, that you give me a thumbs up or you click on the subscribe where you can see a multitude of videos that I've done on different health issues and solutions. So I thank you for the health of it and enjoy a great seedful day.